Click on.
Listen, do you mind if I put my 2 cents in?
No, I don't mind. Call the police immediately.
I don't get it.
No idea what you're talking about. Yes? Hello? Hi, stranger.
I want ham and eggs and flapjacks with lots of butter and syrup and coffee. I'll take the coffee now.
Why have you come here tonight? Rain.
Where's my dough?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on out there, Vibrant Ones? This is your host, Chuck Allen and Uncle Freezie, with Vibes and Stuff live in the morning. How's
What's
everybody
good?
out there?
Man, I'm fantastic, boss. I'm
That's
fantastic. How
What's
things
up?
on your end?
Say that again?
I'm fantastic. How are things on your end?
Things on my end is pretty good, man. I can't complain. Can't complain.
Okay. I see you. Andrew College, what's good? Savage NYC, what's good? Hewlett Samuel is in the building. What's good, my guy? What's happening? It's good to see y'all. Bright and early on a Sunday morning, Saturday, Monday morning, Thursday.
Monday morning, man.
I got all my days mixed up, bro. I got them all mixed up. For some reason. I started to go all Alexander O'Neal on you just now. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
70.
Yeah.
Salute, DSJ, the real DSJ. Delano Steele Jr. was good.
Yeah, man.
How was your weekend, huh?
It was yo, let me look at this, man. Why do I get trolled the most? Why do I get trolled the most, man? I'm trying to figure out why I get trolled the most. Right? But it's
It
okay.
beats me up.
It's all right. Yeah, man. But now the weekend was great. The weekend was great, man. Can't complain. Tried some new recipes, some vegan recipes. Did Vibes and Stuff Saturday night. That was did a chop it up on the Vibes and Stuff channel. That was fun. Tried a new wine. It was nasty, but tried something different. But so the weekend was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I like the experiment, man.
With the exception of the cold. Tell me. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
Oh no, all I was saying was, with the exception of it being cold this weekend, it was pretty good. Didn't do too much. Kind of just hung around the house. Worked on some stuff, but other than that, man, like really good weekend, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, man. Let me ask this: what you drinking? What you got in your cup?
Producer.
Yeah, let me get this producer on his job. Okay. I have an iced tea in a glass, and the best part of waking up is
Folgers in your cup.
Folgers in your cup.
I started to get some. I started to get some coffee, not because I was tired. Um, I know that with this diet, having my diagnosis, I'm like, well, I want to try something different. Like,
Right.
that's why I always pick. When we talk, I pick your brain. Well, what are you eating? What are you having? And when
Right.
you
Right.
told me about the meatless nuggets, I immediately went out and got some, and I can't even lie. The ones that I don't know, I can't remember the brand right now. I'll have it for you in the morning. But I had to go back in the kitchen and look at the box and was like, oh wow, it is meatless because it tastes just like chicken nuggets, just
Right.
like chicken nuggets. I was like, this can't be. I was like, I found something now uh, that I can go to. Um, because before I ate a lot of processed stuff because I don't like cooking. Like I
Right.
can, I just don't.
Right.
Um, I haven't learned how to make meals for one person, right? Because I've always lived in a house with a lot of people. So when you cook enough for everybody to eat.
The army. You got to feed the army. Yeah.
You got to feed the army, right? So I'm used to cooking a family pack of drumsticks or
Yeah.
or or chicken thighs or quarter legs, but it's just me, and I'll eat off it for a couple days, and then the rest of
You'll
it
be
goes.
tired. Yeah. You'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
like,
like, I
man,
can't eat this
if I ever see another leg corner, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. 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 I feel you. I feel you. So how is the weather where you are?
Well, right now, Unc, it's about 32 degrees right now. I think the high today is going to be about 55.
Mm.
Um, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good weather for us, New Yorkers.
New Yorkers.
New
New
Yorkers.
Yorkers. Yeah, man. Yo, um, it's about 36 degrees here or so. It's it's cold, man. It's cold. It's cold. My computer is doing something. Hold on. My com- my my computer was like just bust out of the blue like, "Hey, we have some new features that you might like." Okay. That was random. That was salesperson-ish for your computer. Like I looked for the
Oh yeah.
weather. I was look. Oh, so it's 32 and sunny, and my computer just started sliding. You won't be able to see it on your screen,
Hmm.
but things just started sliding every man.
What you
It's
got?
32.
Windows 10, Windows 11,
Yeah,
Windows
Windows
10.
10,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, man. That's it's. But let's slide along to health and lifestyle, man. Shall we?
Let's do it.
In the legendary words of the great American poet Tone Loc, let's do it.
Yes,
That
sir.
that beat is fire.
Yeah, man.
to me,
Yeah.
to me, that beat is fire, man. I hear that joint. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna rap on that joint one day when I learn how to rap.
Oh, you don't have to learn how to rap. You don't hear these. You don't hear these dudes out here.
Oh my god.
I mean, they got
Oh,
they got plaques, man. These
I
guys
know.
go platinum, and I'm like, man, wow, okay.
I,
Uh,
I heard. Okay, so I'm not dissing anybody, and maybe it's a diss. So what? I heard this dude named Future, and I was like, they let him rap.
yeah. Well,
But I'm sorry.
I was gonna touch on now. If you go back to Future's earlier career, like before he got with Rocco and all them, when he was like a tag along with Dungeon Family, he rapped different. Well, not a tag along. I think he was part of uh the new generation of Dungeon Family with Killer Mike
Right.
and oh, I keep forgetting my man's name.
But I don't get it. People tell me that, Chuck. Right. But if you heard Killer Mike's verse on The Whole World, you remember that? The whole world, something, 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 something.
Yeah,
Killer
yeah,
Mike
yeah,
verse on that is Killer Mike. That's what put Killer Mike on the map. But now listen,
yeah.
not so good, man. Future reminds me of the rapping Duke. Da
Oh,
ha.
I never.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Future wish he was that good.
um, I think at that time everybody was stealing a piece of TP, and so he found a way to use autotune and not necessarily sound like T Pain. He came up with his own something. Um,
Right.
there are a couple of his songs that I like. Um,
Right.
and probably more of them I like because they all kind of sound
The
similar.
same.
Yeah. Um, people that are really into his music,
Right.
uh, be like, "Yo, man, he be talking about some real stuff."
Uh I can't wait to hear that stuff. Cause I've heard Future for years and I hadn't heard that.
um, I I don't know. I'm not the huge uh Future fan. Um, the joints that I did come across, I liked a lot of them. Well, a good bit of them. But most of them, I was like, well, isn't this the same song? No, man, you're not listening.
What? It's like listening to this dude called The Weeknd. Every
Oh, you don't
song,
rock with the weekend?
no, every song sounds exactly the same.
Well,
Every song.
all his good stuff, all his really, really good stuff, um, Drake took.
Okay. So, in my opinion, all of his songs sound like an international movie going on.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, yeah, he sound like the Muppets. To me, to me, bro, he sound like the dude. What's the dude? What's the dude from the Muppets? The Muppet Babies with no eyes. And he just
Oh,
and
uh, the cook?
that's what.
No,
Yeah,
the
the
chef.
cook. Yeah, the dude that just be throwing the food all up in the. Yeah, come on, bro. That's what he sound like. All I be, bro. I swear to God, I be waiting for Fozzie Bear to jump in on the hook and be like, "Waka waka waka." You know what I'm saying? That's what the weekend sound like to me, bro. Muppet Babies. That's what the weekend sound like to me. Muppet Babies.
I thought you was gonna say Bleecker.
That might be it. I ain't seen Muppet Babies in so long. I just when I hear the weekend, that's all I think about, man. Is Muppet Babies, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I just can't. I can't.
I think he, um
And no disrespect to
I
the weekend,
try
because I'm
to
sure he's a good
be.
artist.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
All right, let me see. I I think that what I've done with a lot of the music today, I try to listen to it, um, not being judgmental,
Right.
but it's hard when you were able to witness excellence. Now, what
Oh,
people like to say, well, everything that came out back in the day wasn't great music. A lot of that
right.
stuff was. Uh, you're right. You're
Right.
right, and we were
Right.
quick to call it out. And then some
Right.
songs are just funny, catchy. Like they don't have to necessarily mean anything, but if that's your whole catalog of
Right.
catchy nonsense, then you will never, ever, ever be in the same category or mentioned in the same breath as a great. So,
Right.
or
Right.
when they keep putting people in the Michael Jackson category, this is this generation's Michael Jackson. What crack are
Yeah.
you smoking?
Whatever it is, I don't want none of that. That's some shit you can
Exactly.
keep. If I got to get that high to enjoy it, and no thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's him. That's him. That's the weekend right there. I just want, all I need is Fozzie Bear to bust in and rap his verse, waka waka waka. That's it. That's it. And that's all it is, bro. I'm telling you, man. Yo,
That
but the future thing, the future, man. Listen, I don't care what nobody tell me. Future is terrible. Okay, Future is
okay.
terrible. I heard this song. So he took a joint that we used to like back in the day called Prison Song, right? Prison Song was fire, right?
Right.
And he turned it into Mask Off, right?
Yeah.
And so
Oh
people
yeah. That's
take Prison Song was fire in its own right by itself. You know how something that is so good, it don't need like yeah, you ever had your outfit is so fire that you don't even need to put on a necklace, no rings, or nothing.
right.
Like
No
it's like your
accessories.
right. Your food be so good, it don't need no salt, no pepper, no nothing. All you need is water and time. That's all you need with that food, right? And or your car or the car of your dreams be so fly. You don't need no rims. You don't need no tent. You know what I'm saying? All you need is that. Right? That's Prison Song. Right? It's a bunch of songs
Right.
from like Heartbeat by Tana Gardner. Right? That joint is so fire by itself. You don't need nothing. Tana Gardner didn't even
Right.
have to sing on it. You know what I'm saying? Because the beat is so dope. Right? Everybody
Right.
done stole it. Everybody done stole Heartbeat. Heartbeat, you make me feel so weak. Everybody remember Heartbeat, right? Um,
Yep.
prison song. You ain't Future. All Future did was introduce it to a new generation. He and into and I put on 32 necklaces. You you
I,
bro.
I, here's the thing. Like I said, when we were talking about uh the eras of music and the 70s, if it wasn't for the 70s, you wouldn't have 90s hip hop. In 90s hip hop, they did that a lot. And it's like, why do I really like this song? And then comes to find out it's a song from the late 70s, mid 70s,
Right,
maybe even the 80s, right? Um,
right.
and it's like, yo, you really didn't like the I can't remember who produced Juicy, but I was like, you
Oh,
didn't do anything.
M to me.
You
M
did
to that's
not
an
do anything. Uncle Freezy, don't make me go get the single
oh, you
on
mean
vinyl.
The Biggie single.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, the
Okay, so
Biggie is
because
Juicy.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
hmm
yeah, juicy fruit. Da-na-na-na.
yes.
Say juicy fruit. Yeah.
And so I'm thinking like, well, what did the producer do? Because he didn't change anything.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it sounds exactly like the record.
Right.
Did they just take the first part? Because back then, you know, the build up to records used to be long. Sometimes there'll be a minute of build up before you
Right.
get to before the artist sings. And so I think that what you're talking about with Future happens a lot with a lot of artists. Um, Men in Black, come on, man. The beat from Men in Black, like everything, even the hook and how they use the hook.
We know that's Patrice Russian. We know that's Forget Me Not.
Yes,
Even with
Forget
the
Me Not.
clap,
Yeah,
they didn't even take the clap to start the song.
right. And I was like,
Send me
okay,
Forget Me Nots. So it's and for everybody, for those that don't know, it started off like this. Send me Forget Me Nots so
right.
that I remember. Right? And here's Men in Black. Here come the Men in Black Galaxy Defender.
Yes,
Really?
really, really.
They gave you a $500,000 budget for that.
For that.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. So one starts off, send me Forget Me Nots so I can remember. And the other one is, here comes the Men in Black Galaxy Defender. That'll be $500,000.
Yes.
Somebody got robbed, bro. Yo, somebody got robbed. Somebody got robbed in broad daylight, bro.
Yeah. Oh, then he follows that up with Getting Jiggy with it, like we don't know who Sister Sledge is. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Listen, shout out DSJ. Like I'm a fan of sampling. Like I'm a sample producer. That's why I have a lot of records.
Right.
But I try to find the most obscure sample and flip it to where you're like, wait a minute, that's what? You sampled what? It don't sound like it.
Right.
But when you take a noticeable piece of a record and do nothing with it, and it's like, oh yeah, I produced that. Which because you looped it?
Because you looped it.
Get out of here, man. Man, come on.
So what about Miami? Remember that song Miami by Will Smith? It's on the same album as Getting Jiggy with It.
Yes.
I'm going to Miami. And he goes on.
There you go. I couldn't. I was. These songs are massive hits. Massive hits. Like, yo, you sampling Tina Turner. Like Fat Joe had a Tina Turner. Oh man, this is crazy. And I was like, yeah, the original song was crazy. And then y'all took the part that was crazy. Like, how is this not going to work?
Right. It's guaranteed to be number
for the
one.
kids. And I think that's why some of the older artists don't like sampling, because it's like you really didn't do anything to get your number one plaque or, get your Grammy nod, when the truth is you really rode the success of my record. Cause think about it, like Can't Touch This. If Can't Touch This was anything else, if it was not that Rick James sample,
right?
Like, come on, man, that was the crux of the record. Boom,
right.
Boom, 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 boom. Like, dude, like Super Freak was already
Super
a thing.
Freak was number one. Super Freak was number one for weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And then Can't Touch This came and rode that wave and was like, they'll try to say, oh, it was bigger than Rick's record, and I was like, nah, it was about the same. Like it was pandemonium. Like I mean, if you weren't there for the records, then you probably wouldn't get it.
You probably wouldn't get, yeah.
Right. So nah, man, I'm a fan of sampling when it's done right. When it listen to a Pete Rock or a DJ Premier or a Ninth Wonder or rest in peace Jay Dilla.
Yeah.
Like you like, wait a minute. When you go back to when you read this, you like, wait a minute, that's that record? Where did he get that from?
My only disagreement with you on that, right? My only disagreement with you on that is Jay Dilla took this song by Bobby Caldwell, and turned it into The Light by Common, right? And people hear the Common version with Daryl Hall singing from Hall and Oates instead of Bobby Caldwell, and they like, that dude singing his heart out, because he's like, there are times you need someone, and blah, blah. I'll be there by your side. And so Daryl Hall singing Bobby Caldwell is what? That's like Aaron Hall singing, what's the name? What's my man name from the SOS, from the Gap Band? Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson.
It's like Aaron Hall singing Charlie Wilson. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Somebody was like, when my uncle first heard Guy, he's like, that boy sound like Charlie Wilson. And I was like, well, who the hell is Charlie Wilson? And my uncle went off because I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all I heard was the Gap Band. I knew Outstanding, all these songs. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know the members of all the groups and all that stuff. Because So let me tell you this story. Now I gotta tell the story, right?
Okay.
All right. So it's story time with Uncle Freezie. All right. So my parents got married young, and they had a young big head baby, right? And there was a lot of stuff going on in the world. It was Vietnam. Dr. Martin Luther King was just assassinated. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, right? A lot of stuff going on in the world. A lot of stuff. We didn't know what our future was going to be like, right? We know. So anyway, over the years, my peeps had grew apart. My pops was like immature and my mom's was young. So anyway, they split up. My pops moved to Dwight Street, right? He moved to Dwight Street where my auntie was at. My auntie moved back to Detroit, whatever. But anyway, the lady that was renting the apartment to my pops, she was the auntie of this great rock and roll Hall of Fame funk band.
Okay.
Right? And so I would go over there to see my pops. My pops would be cooking on the grill. So he'd cook out on the grill. Everybody would come over, like the family. And so I'm walking. You remember back in the day when the duplexes had the alley on the side of the house in order for you to go in the backyard? Maybe not. Okay. So I'm walking down around the alleyway to get to the backyard, and I hear these dudes doo-wopping. They sound good too, boy. They sound good. I walk around there, and I'm like, yo, why y'all making all this noise, man? I just want to get something to eat. This is me. Yo, Chuck. When I say I was like the most, bro, you ain't never seen a more confident kid in your life, right? I'm talking about I'm like 10, right? These dudes that's doo-wopping in the backyard, they already had all these albums come out, and they got a smash. They had a smash called Summer Madness, right? Y'all know Summer Madness as the joint that Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince used for summertime. Right? I go back there. I'm like, yo, y'all singing, man. Who are y'all? They're like, who are we? Who are you? I'm like, man, I'm Uncle Freezie. You better recognize. And then like, Uncle Freezie, they laughing, right? I'm like, Pops, they don't know who I am. He's like, man, come on, man. Don't nobody know who you are. Why? You're a little kid. I'm like, but all the other little kids know me, right? He like, my Pops look at me and he like, yo, that's Cool in the Game. And I'm like, who? And they look at me like, you don't know who we are? And I'm like, nah. And they're like, we the biggest band in the world. And I'm like, and this is me talking in front of my Pops, right? Y'all lying asses. Y'all asses lying. I'm like 10, Chuck. My Pops sitting right here, right? My Pop's like, hey, did I tell you about my cousin? You know, this is my Pops, right? But my Pops is only like 20 years older than me. So I'm 10, he 30, right? So I'm real immature. He immature. Well, not immature, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, y'all ain't the biggest band in the world. Y'all ain't the Jacksons. This is me talking to Cool in the Game, right? They're like, we got songs on the radio right now. And I'm like, but you ain't Michael Jackson. And this dude, no lie, Chuck, I swear to God, look, hand to the man. I used to be in contact with them up into a few years. I guess we done kind of grew apart, but over the years, but hey, Subliminal 209 is in the building. What's good? And so they talk to me like, yo, you ain't ever heard Summer Madness? It's like, no. I ain't heard no Summer Madness. Who y'all think? Y'all ain't the Temptations? Y'all ain't the Jackson 5? Ain't the Jacksons? Who y'all think y'all is? Chuck, this is me talking to them. I'm like, y'all ain't the Four Tops, man. Y'all ain't Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. This is me talking to Cool in the Game. Right?
How could you?
Because I was young and dumb. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? When you're young, right. I might not have been 10. I might have been younger than that. I might have been like 6. So my Pops is like, hey, Uncle Freezie, shut up. That's Cool in the Game. And I'm like, so? And he's like, what? And Cool, who is like when you say Cool, he's the coolest person that you ever want, down to earth, all of that, right? He like, Uncle Freezie, this is grown-up music. You don't know nothing about that. This is funk. You don't know nothing about no funk. I'm like, I know y'all ain't Ohio players.
Wow.
This is me talking. Chuck talking noise.
You are spicy.
Yes, man. But I didn't know because I was like 6 or 7 years old. I didn't know. I didn't because think about this. At the time, our radio stations in the New York tri-state area only played certain music.
That's a fact.
And then on top of that, me being 6 years old, when their music came on TV, they came on at night, like the Wolfman Jack show, stuff like that, like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll already be in the bed. You know what I'm saying? So I never, you know what I'm saying? But the Jacksons had their own Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I could see the Jacksons was on Scooby-Doo. You feel me? And so the years go by, so they trying to convince me. They're like, here, take one of our records, man. Go home and play it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. He's like, yeah. Until Cool was like, yo, take this record. I got all my boys to sign it, man, for you. Take it home, man. And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. He's like, but it sold 500,000 copies, Uncle Freezie. And Chuck, this is how immature I am with them, right? So I'm about 12 or 13. And they like, yo, I new record coming out, such and such. They got ladies' night and all kinds of stuff. I was like, let me get about 30 of them because my homeboy Rodney needs something to scratch on. This is at the very beginning of hip hop.
Right.
So they like, what? You gonna scratch at my record on purpose? I ain't giving you no 20 records for you to scratch up on purpose. And I'm trying to explain to these dudes that if they don't if this is me, 12 or 13, I'm like, bruh, listen, if y'all don't get into hip hop, y'all are gonna die. Y'all career is over. Trust me. If you don't do hip hop, y'all career gonna be over.
Right.
Nobody gonna be. And this is me. I'm as a kid. I'm being as real as I can. I'm like, yo, nobody is listening to disco and funk no more. It's R&B and hip hop. I'm telling you. And they're like, man, we sold out in Tokyo, Japan. The people was, bruh, listen. They like telling them, we went in Germany in a stadium with 100,000 people. They was crying in the rain, Uncle Freezie. Bruh, listen. R&B and hip hop. And they like, R&B? Ain't nobody want to hear nobody crying. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that's what they used to call it. People that played funk. Remember, funk was horns and instrumentation. Remember,
right.
Big on that funk, right?
Right, that groove. Yeah.
Yeah, and disco, right? Man,
right.
Disco was gonna last forever, bruh. Disco. He like, man, as long as people getting high, they gonna want a 25-minute song, Uncle Freezie. Like, no, bruh, you can't play a 25-minute song on the radio. Radio is I can't get in the club. I'm 13. And one of the dudes like, with a fake ID, you can get anywhere. Bruh, even if I draw a mustache on my face, I'm 13. I ain't getting in no club.
Yeah.
And so my man is like, man, disco gonna last forever. And I'm like, Pops, tell these dudes, funk ain't gonna last forever. Disco ain't gonna last forever. And my Pops is like, funk gonna last forever. You ain't heard of that new Parliament joint? Pops, that new Parliament joint is whack. Whack. And he's like, what does whack mean? And I'm like, oh boy. So Chuck, I'm in the backyard trying to explain to Kool and the gang how funk is about to die and disco is about to die. And they laughing at me. And so they cousin who's not in the group was like, yo, Uncle Freezie got a point. You ain't heard that thing, the hip hop, the hippie. You ain't heard that on the radio. Everybody listening to that. That's the new jam. And they're like, that's a fad. That's a fad. Ain't nobody, that ain't gonna last. And I was like, bro, okay. I promise you. In 2 years, we're gonna be right here. And this is me, 13 years old, trying to explain to them. I'm like, yo, in 2 years, y'all gonna be coming to me asking me to write y'all some raps. And they laughing. Right? You can't write no music. You know how to write music? Bro, no, it's not. I'm not writing music. I'm writing raps. And they're like, what? Yeah. And Chuck, so I saw them in, I think the last time I saw them all together was like 1996, 1995.
Okay.
And we all, you know what I'm saying? And they tell the story, like, Kool tell the story, right? Like, yo, you remember Uncle Freezie came around here talking about rap was gonna take over? He sure was right. I was like, yeah, bruh. Y'all should have listened. But the thing is about them, though, they were right. Because after that, they had like
they went on a run.
Yeah, they had like 9 number 1 hits after that.
Yeah.
Right? Like Joanna, Celebration, Too Hot, all that stuff. So they survived a little bit. But the people that came along with them, the groups in a genre, they did not last. Right? You ain't heard, like for instance, most people don't even know nothing about Whitehead and Peoples or Brothers Johnson or any of them. You might have heard like 1 or 2 songs from them, but they did not survive. You know what I'm saying? Kool and the Gang was blessed. They survived. But anyway, I just had to tell you that, bro, about my Kool and the Gang story about how I met them in my father's backyard. My pops back there, 2 sheets in the wind, trying to cook some leg quarters on the grill. they black on one side, pink on the other. Dinner ready.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
They black on one side and pink on the other side. The other, dinner ready. No, it ain't. You back here drinking Wild Irish Rolls.
That's hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. You out here drinking Wild Irish Rolls with Kool and the Gang, smoking pen joints. Remember when people used to
them little mosquito legs? Man, don't ask me that mosquito leg. I don't want that mosquito leg.
Yeah, man, they out there. It's like 14 dudes smoking on a pen joint.
That's terrible, man.
Yo, that visual, just the visual alone is terrible. Like a gallon of Wild Irish Rolls and a pen joint with 14 people. And like, and then I'm thinking like, why my pops even have me back? Why my pops had a little kid around and they smoking weed? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but anyway, when you brought up the thing about sampling and about how the music was a certain way back then, I had to share the Kool and the Gang story, man, for not name dropping, but to show you the relevance of stuff. Like those dudes legit made great music, and some of their joints have been sampled. And like Summertime by Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince is a hip hop classic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, it's hilarious for me. Every time I think back to the story, like my cousins and them were there too, right, during this time. But they would push me up to do stuff. Like, go ask Kool and the Gang for some records. And I go ask Kool and the Gang for some records. Then I'd be out front giving everybody a record, you know what I'm saying? When all of us could have went back there together and asked, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
That was an amazing story. I don't have no great R&B act stories like that.
Yeah, man. It happened on Dwight Street, Jersey City, New Jersey. Yeah, man. I saw them all together the last time. It was like 94 or 95. I'm going to say 95. I saw them all together, right? And the funny thing is they still remembered me and still was trying to treat me the same as if I was the same little boy from back then. It was like, hey, you heard our stuff now, ain't you? Yeah, I heard your stuff now. Yeah, y'all Kool and the Gang. Y'all rich and famous. Okay. All right, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, good dudes too, man. Except James Taylor, he's a jerk. James Taylor was a clown. You know who I'm talking? The lead singer. Remember the lead singer from Kool and the Gang? James Taylor.
Yes, James Taylor. Yes.
They just hired him because he could sing good, but he wasn't. Kool and the Gang is actually the funk band. When they converted to, when they start going down the R&B road, they brought in that guy, and then he helped get them to the next level. Kind of like a David Ruffin.
You say he was kind of like David Ruffin?
Yes.
Like personality? Or everything?
I don't want to say kind of. I ain't gonna say totally like David Ruffin, but I meant like the path. Remember how?
Okay. Yeah.
Was, and then they needed that guy to get them to you know what I'm saying? the
Right.
dude out front that has it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Well, I met Clarence Carter and Marvin Cease once.
Wow. Using the hole
Hole
in
in
the
the wall.
wall.
A hole in the wall. Club Paradise on a Sunday. And I was like, God damn, there's a lot of old people.
A Sunday night.
What's going on here? Now, usually that club on Sunday nights, they have the strippers, right?
Right.
And they weren't, these particular strippers weren't anything to write home about. But, get to see some TNA. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever. And we go, and I'm like, yo, it's packed out here. Oh, they must have flew some people in from Florida or Georgia. Okay. They might have some biddies in there. Man. Listen. Never heard these songs before in my life.
Right.
But I want to be a candy licker, and I'll be stroking. Man, them old folks act the donkey in there, boy. They were acting, boy.
You couldn't tell them nothing.
Not a thing. That Canadian club was flowing heavy that night.
And Coke. Let me get some CC and Coke. And you're like, what?
CC and Pepsi Cola. I said, okay.
Oh boy.
But GSJ was asking, shared a Little John story.
What?
Yeah, so yeah. This is 99. And back then I was trying to be a rapper. And I was pretty good.
Okay.
We had a demo. We would do open mics. We would do talent shows,
Right.
anything with prize money. And so this particular Saturday, a DJ friend of ours, he had made his name for himself as a DJ in the Carolinas. Have you heard of DJ Cleve?
I don't think so.
Okay. He was on the radio for a little bit, but he DJs everywhere. He's been on The Basement. He's DJ'd on 106 in Park. If I find the episodes on the YouTube, I'll share the links with you guys. But anyway, he was like, "Yo, man, Lil Jon, I'm gonna be at the club. They having a contest. Whoever wins this rap battle, they get to open for Lil Jon and Eastside Boys."
Right.
Okay. So we go. We drive 2 hours to Sumter. To this place called the Lion's Den.
Okay.
It's probably something else now, but
yeah, we change names every 2 years. So.
Yes. Because there were plenty of places I went to that I was like, wait a minute. I thought this was something else. I thought this was the Touch of Class.
Right.
Nah. Or man, isn't this the Palladium? Nah. It's not the Palladium anymore.
Yeah.
So we go to this club. Huh?
Shout out to the Palladium. There was a Palladium in Columbia.
In Columbia, South Carolina. Shout out to the Palladium.
Yeah.
Used to be in there heavy when I was in school.
That and Fountain Blue. Remember Fountain Blue?
Unk. All right, let me get through this story first.
All right,
I got some stories. So we get there. We're supposed to go up as a group. We're supposed to do our little anthem that we have buzzing. It's called Santee N Words Don't Play. That's the name of the song, and it's just one of them hard street records. It ain't,
Right.
you know. So
It was an anthem.
right, but everybody that heard it loved it. The night that we did it at the studio,
Right.
we had to let everybody hear it. So we go to the Shell station. That's the gas station right by the light. Everybody go there. Everybody is. So we got the song
They
blasted.
probably cooking. They be cooking in there.
And the country store cooks, but they close at 10.
Okay.
So Shell station, they have a Pizza Hut on the inside. They have a Pizza Hut. The Pizza Hut Express, they have one of those on the inside. So and then Waffle House is right next to it.
Oh, it's the hangout spot then.
It's the hangout spot. So so we blasting it, and you know what's that? Oh, that's y'all loving it, right? So we're thinking we're going to perform this song. I'm thinking we're going to perform this song. We get there, yo, Uncle Freezie, the place is packed.
Right.
They say the air conditioning is on, but you can't feel it.
You can't feel it. Trust. I know. I've been in places like this.
Right. And so we it's a lot of people, right? And it's the hood dudes, it's the the working class. I mean, it's everybody in there, right? And so now they're getting nervous. Like, man, I don't know if I want to go up there. I was like, what's the worst can happen? They can boo. Oh, well, the worst thing that can happen is they boo you and they tell you to get your punks off the stage.
Right.
So that's the worst thing that can happen, that they start chanting that, get his punk ass off the stage. So long story short, I ended up going up there and I kick a freestyle literally off the top of the head.
Right.
I go to Cleve and I'm like, play me something that I could rap over. Right. And so he plays the what?
Right.
He plays the instrumental for the what?
Yeah.
And I spit the freestyle or whatever. People are, cheering and responding.
Right.
Then the hometown guy, like the dope dealer turned rapper, he comes out and he's the superstar. They go crazy. He raps. I was like, all right, we lost this. But we didn't lose to him. We lost to a girl. She came out there, start rapping, and then the boo birds start coming out. She turned around, and it was a wrap.
What?
She won. She won for shaking her. But it was beautiful though. It was.
Yeah.
It was. This is before butt shots and butt lifts.
Right.
And all that. Man, I was like, so. But people were tight. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all know, like the promoter, like, come on, man. And he was like, all right, man, I know y'all came all the way from Santee, man. That's like 2 hours away. He was like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna hook y'all up with some drinks. We're gonna put y'all in VIP that y'all can kick it with John and them. Lil John is super cool. Gave some of the best advice. At that time, I wasn't making beats. I was just rapping.
Right.
But the guy that was making beats for us said to him, he said, yeah, man, you doing it right. You get you an artist or two and you produce that album. It ain't gotta be about the money. Y'all trying to make a hit. Y'all trying to get noticed so that a label will come in and invest in what you already doing.
Right.
And he was like, that's how I did it. I worked with an artist. We put out a project and boom. Now, there's another kid there, a dark-skinned dude with a humongous nose.
Right.
He has on the worst costume jewelry I've ever seen in my life. I was like, this ain't even, I don't even think that's glass. I think that's plastic.
Right.
Like that don't even reflect good under this light. But he was very laid back, very cool. And I remember him telling my homeboy Jeff, shout out to Carolina Crunk. Jeff had a decent little run on the Chitlin circuit. Told Jeff he wasn't gonna go far.
Right.
He was like, nobody want to hear you yell on the record.
Right.
And we was like, who the I don't even know who do you think you are? So now we're plotting like, yo, as soon as they leave, we're gonna rob this dude. And I was like, for his plastic,
we gotta eat, bro.
The guy with the big nose that I'm talking about, Young Jock. 2 years later, it's going down, and this dude is out of here.
Right. I just saw him on Video Soul. With Donnie Simpson.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was about Was that when they brought him back for Video Soul? Or
yeah, this is the new Video Soul. The new Video Soul.
Okay.
With Donnie Simpson, Young Jock was on there. Hit me in the club, going down. Oh my God.
2 or 3 years later, that song is out of here. And I'm like he's out of here. And it was like me and my homeboy, he was like, yo, ain't that the dude from the like you'll never forget that big nose, bro. I'm sorry. Because that's the first, like, yo, his nose take up his whole face. Like, what is this? But I'm gonna keep it like he was super cool. The only thing he did was say that Jeff couldn't. Well, he didn't really say he couldn't rap, but he was like, yeah, man, don't nobody want to hear that for 12 songs. You yelling. And that's when Jeff broke off and he started doing his own thing. He wasn't a part of the group anymore.
It happens, bro.
Yeah.
It happens. So we got about 3 minutes. I want to do a little bit of relationship corner. You got 3 minutes?
Say that one more time, Mark.
We got about 3 minutes left, man. You got about 3 minutes for a relationship corner?
Yeah. Let's get it.
All right. That part right there was dope, man. You know, we can talk about that for 10 more hours, man.
Yeah, man.
But
losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Yo, so I got one. But if you got one, we can.
No. Let's do yours. Let's do yours.
Oh, okay. So I know a dude. He ain't my friend. I don't hardly even talk to him, right? But I know him, right? A young fella. Every once in a while, he'll come to me and ask me for like advice, right? He was messing with this girl that we worked with, this young girl, Ditsy. She had one of them Waffle House names. Geez, I can't even. Hey, Mocha, what's a Waffle House name? I think her name might.
Shawnette.
No, it's nothing that classy. It had to be something trashier than that, like Trisha.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's call her Trisha. Right.
Let's say Trisha.
All right.
Oh, that sounds like a whole name. Let's go.
Hey, so for the Trishas that are watching, things are what they are. All right. So my man sees Trisha, right? We sitting outside, me and him. Trisha walking to us, she knew, right? I'm like, who was that? He's like, I don't know. She walked by, he's like, wow, she got a little fanny.
Yeah.
3 weeks later, they hugged up, they can't be separated. Right. So my man, I already know the game, bro. I already know the game. I know how things work, bro. I'm like, oh, she got a little fanny. 3 weeks later, y'all in love. One person is in love. The other person is in love with the fanny. I know how things work. Right. So
yes, sir.
So they can't be separated. It's to a point where we like, yo, really, man? Every time we see y'all inside each other clothes, like y'all legit can't y'all legit glued together. Y'all Siamese twins or whatever they call them. So another lady comes in, me and this dude are sitting in the same spot. So I think Trisha might have went somewhere. Another lady walk in, and he's like, wow. Who was that? I'm like, man, I don't know. She walked by, he was like, yo, she got a fanny. A week later, him and this lady, what's a Waffle House name? I need to give her a Waffle House name too. Brittany. Let's call her Brittany.
Brittany and Trisha.
Yeah. Straight out this Waffle House trailer park, whatever. Him and Brittany can't be separated, but now Trisha is always walking by crying. He a dog.
Yes.
She talking like Whitney Houston, you know, the bodyguard. Remember the bodyguard? What's that song for the bodyguard?
I will always love you.
Yeah.
I will always love you.
Yeah, she walking by with that Whitney Houston face. Right? Like she walking by with that Whitney Houston face, right? Right. And Brittany is looking at the other lady like, this my man, and we in love. I don't know what he saw in you. Now, mind you, this is a month, 3 weeks with one girl, 1 week with the other girl. So it's like 28 days, right? They like this for like 2 weeks. This lady walked by us, me and my man sitting in the same spot. He's like, wow, who's that? Like, man, I don't know. What's this, deja vu? What's this, Groundhog Day? Like the same thing keep happening over and over? He's like, Uncle Freezie, don't do me like that, man. I'm just trying to find myself. He looked by the girl walk by, she got a little fanny. He like, oh my God, Uncle Freezie, she got a little fanny. and so a week later, they hugged up, and the two other girls go outside and slash his tires and scrape up his car. Right? Because now he with the third girl. I need to give her a trailer park. Let's call her Audrey. Right? So now he with Audrey, and he like, but this is for real. He like, this is meant to be. Like him and Audrey be together. Like Audrey would come out there and smoke her cigarette and be like, smoke. What's a trashy cigarette that you'll see a random trailer park chick smoke?
Either Marlboro Lights or Newport Mediums.
No, it got to be cheaper than that, bro.
Oh, Mavericks?
Yeah, so she out there smoking up Maverick. Chuck, you crazy. So she out there smoking her Maverick, right? And my man is like, just telling her, like, no woman has ever made me feel this way before. And she texted her mama. Mo, I think we going to the courthouse. Meanwhile, these two girls are slashing up this dude's car, right? Slashing his tires. He go outside. They at his car like, you ain't gonna keep doing women like that. Chuck, I'm asking you, as somebody who has never had female issues, y'all light skinned dudes from Brooklyn. Chuck, I'm asking you, right?
Yes,
y'all
sir.
light skinned dudes, the dudes see. I know you ain't never had female problems before, man. You ain't never had an
Please.
issue with a woman.
Please.
I know because you like Maxwell, bro. The Maxwell looking dudes, you know what I'm saying, that's in the music and got all their stuff together. Y'all don't ever have an issue with women, bro. I'm
That's not
asking
true.
you. Maybe once. Okay, I'll give you one time. Okay. All right. What in the world is wrong with women, bro?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, and you know what? I gotta get out of here too, man. I gotta get out of here so I can do the candy. Maybe we can
Okay.
touch on this. Maybe we can touch on this tomorrow. Maybe we can touch on this tomorrow.
All right. All right. All right.
How three women in the same place that know each other can be in a relationship with the same dude over a 5 week stretch.
Yeah, it can. Especially the Waffle House. I have an awesome Waffle House story about the same exact thing. Well, not the same exact thing, but definitely dating two girls that both work at the Waffle House and the same shift.
Yeah, we got to get to that. But for right now, I got to get out of here, man.
All
You
right.
hey, can you wrap up while I get out of here?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Uh, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this morning on Vibes and Stuff Live in the Morning. It's your host, Chuck Allen, with Uncle Freezie, kicking it with you guys from the hours of 8 a.m. to about 9 a.m. ish. I thank you all for coming. Just a quick point that I want to it wasn't 99, it was 2002. It was 2002. The story about the Lions Den, and no, it's not where the battle rappers went. This was Sumter, South Carolina. But other than that, hey man, I thank you all for coming, for kicking it with us. We hope to see you tomorrow. Remember, Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. ish. It's your host, Chuck Allen and Uncle Freezie, Vibes and Stuff in the Morning, Vibrant Ones. Peace.